Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be discussing about math functions which we'll be using in Python. So let's get started. Now, these are some of the most basic math functions that we'll be using during writing our Python code. Alright, so these are most helpful math function a beginner should know. So let's start. So let's start by defining a variable x which have a value of 17.98. Alright, so if I would just say print the value of x as using a function called round, so what will happen, it will be returning the value of x as 18. Alright, so it will return the value of 18 because the rule is if the number, that is here 9, which is just after this decimal point, will be greater than 5, so it will be giving me a value greater than the number which is before the decimal part. So here the number which is 9, which is after the decimal point, is greater than 5, so it will be returning a value which is greater than 17, which is 18. Okay, so the next function is print abs x. So abs stands for absolute value function. So it will return me the absolute value of variable x. So if I would just say it is minus 17.98, so it will be returning a value of 17.98 itself without the negative sign. So it will return a positive number, or you can say a whole number. Alright, now moving on to next function, which is we have to, in order to go to the next function, we have to import a module uh, named as import math. So this math module have more functions we can work around. All right, so you can say print math dot seal x. So let me just remove this negative sign over here. Give me 18. So let me just comment it and run it again. So it will give me 18, so it returns the nearest largest number. Similarly, print math.floor returns the smallest, returns the nearest smallest number. Alright, so it will be shifted at 10. It will giving me a result of 17. Alright, so print math.fbs, which will be giving me a floating point number which have an absolute value, or you can say it will be giving me an absolute value of the number by the representation of a floating point. Alright, so it will be represented as a floating point number which will be having an absolute value. So let me just give a negative sign over here again and write x over here. You can see the answer is 17.98. Alright, now if I would say print math, the next function will be factorial. So factorial function returns the factorial of a given number. That means if I would input 56 over here, okay, there's a small number 5, it would give me 120, 6, it would give me 720, and I just write big number like 30. It's not so big, because the value would be so much. Alright, if I would just give you 56, a random number, it'll be something like 71099 and so on. Alright, so it'll be just returning the factorial of a given number. Alright, now the second function is GCD, which stands for greatest common divisor. That means print math.gcd stand for greatest common divisor. So it is like 56 and 8. The greatest common divisor among these two numbers is 8. Yes. Alright. So I think these are some of the most basic math functions that a beginner should know while getting started with Python. Alright. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.